Hello everybody, Desmond2530 here. Yeah, I finally got a game to record on fucking Modern Warfare. It took me like half an hour of actually playing the game to get a game where it would actually like record properly. And now we finally have a game of Modern Warfare. So today I'm just going to be talking about Season 3 as I think of it so far, and then yeah. Simply put, this is also the new map. I literally just saw the title a few seconds ago and I already forgot what it is. I might add it in later, who knows, but this is, it's something Sawmill. But this is one of the new maps. The other new map is Backlot. And I'm going to give my opinion about them. Then I'm going to give my opinion on the weapons, because I have used them in custom games. And I've seen a bit about them, so I want to put some speculation to how good they are. And then I want to talk about like this game going forward, because as of right now, when I was playing Hardline today trying to get clips, oh my god, let's just say people on that game have made me annoyed to the point where I don't even want to play. Also, luckiest early game care package ever you're about to see. Either way though, back onto the point. So the two maps I had are this Sawmill map, which I find fairly good, at least for domination. I haven't been able to play it on TDM very much, but overall in domination the points look pretty good, although I do think that my side of the map has a much bigger advantage. Simply put, B flag is closer and there's a lot more it's easier to watch B coming from the A flag than it is coming from the B flag. And yeah, but overall I kind of like this map. It's a bit longer range than some of the other maps that they've been adding recently, but I think it's good. Aside from that, I guess I should talk about Backlot. Backlot is the remastered map. It is basically what it was for Modern Warfare, COD 4 Modern Warfare, but with a few new things. A few of the routes have been opened up, specifically towards some of the back sections and like in between like the buildings and stuff like that. Namely by like I think it's the A side of the map. There's more. The biggest one I've noticed, and the one that makes the most difference that I've seen, are, well, there's three of them. The Ally, heading between that and the construction building, or the construction building. There's now a new alley, like a whole new alleyway system to go through there, and that way you can like flank easier. There is actually now a section behind the building where the A flag is on the right side that watches over like one of the main street levels going towards B flag. There is now a truck or a van behind there, and you can climb on top of that van and jump into the window. So if somebody's camping up there, it's harder to camp up there, unlike it used to be. And the biggest one, I think, in my opinion, is the main building by the B flag, coming from A flag, which is the little apartment complex. There is now, the garage is now open there, but there's also now a door there, so you can now run in between that, instead of like before you had to climb up the building then jump out. Now you no longer have to do that. Now you can just run straight through, and this makes getting to B flag from A flag and going from B to A much faster. So that's my opinion on the maps, or my takes on the maps. Backlot I find pretty fun as well. It's a bit more rush heavy than it used to be, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Next up I'm going to talk about the two weapons, the Rossetti I believe it's called, and the SKS. So obviously I did an SKS review yesterday on Battlefield 4, and overall, from what I've played with it on custom games, it'll be a very good weapon, but it'll be a very weird weapon to use for most people. Namely, the weapon is it's the lowest damage DMR by far, or marksman rifle, whatever you want to call it. Because it is the only one that can't one-shot to the upper chest, at least at close range. It is the only DMR in the game that is always a two-shot unless you hit a headshot. But it also makes up for that for having the highest rate of fire in class and probably the lowest recoil, like I would say per like shot, because I don't count the bull action, lever action as really having recoil. So it's lower recoil than all of the rest of them like effectively, but it has increased fire rate, but it loses the one-shot potential in close range. I think it'll be the most effective in hardcore, simply because of the fact you can just slap a suppressor on it, slap the new scope it has, which is very good, by the way. The PU scope looks insane, and you can basically just use it as a discount sniper rifle for better. As for in core, I think it'll be a pretty decent weapon. I don't think it'll be like a top, like a meta contending weapon in this game, but I think it will be probably the most used marksman rifle aside from the Kar 98 now, and it'll be taking the EBR-14's place, as the EBR-14 has some issues that weapon doesn't, and the EBR-14 is only kills faster than it in very, very, very close range, and that's to the upper chest only. As for as for the Rossetti, I think the Rossetti is the best pistol in the game, straight up. So, from what I've seen, I think it has like 15 rounds, don't quote me. I never checked the base mag value, mind you, but it has decent amounts of ammo. It can go up to 21 or 27 round mags, which is absolutely insane. From what I've used it as pretty competent damage. It's a 3-shot kill in close range. So the close weapon I can compare it to base is the X16, but the X16 with like a bit, like it has less recoil, but it has less stopping power at range than the X16. But the main thing that makes this weapon the best one is the fact that you can equip the burst mod. Now, the burst mod makes into a 3-round burst with a faster fire rate, obviously. Now, the thing is, though, is that if you put that and you put the lightweight trigger attachment on it, the weapon becomes similar to the Black Ops 2 Cheekum SMG, which I'm not sure if you guys remember that weapon. But that weapon, basically, you would just keep pressing the trigger, and what happened was the burst delay would be so small at that rate that you would literally have you'd have almost zero burst delay, so you'd literally just be firing like full auto, basically. Like close enough to say that it'd be full auto, but without using the it'd be full auto, but with the first 2 shots of every 3 shots, it fires faster. Is the quickest way to explain it. But overall, I think that'll be very good, especially since it's a 1 burst in close range. So that'll be insanely good, especially because its fire rate is really high in burst mode. I haven't been able to find the exact stats, but yeah. Overall, I think they're good additions to the game. We need a new marksman rifle to spice things up, because even though the marksman rifle is probably the most diverse class of weapons, the main issue is the fact that it just simply there's not enough good, at least in the semi-auto category, for sniper rifles and DMRs to work. And now we also have a new variety of pistols, because we now have machine pistols effectively with the Rossetti, so I think that'll be a good thing for the game as well. But overall, I'm liking Season 3. I hope to do more content on it, but I'm gonna head out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, hope you seeing you guys all later.